fantastic.
Let's leave everything and go traveling. See what tomorrow brings. It's only a choice away. Let's back up and leave today. Let's see what tomorrow brings.
Well, after a few days of transit, we found ourselves in southern Brazil, at the largest waterfall in the world, Iguazú Falls. The Iguazu River actually divides Brazil and Argentina, so both countries have a national park where you can check out the falls. Both parks are World Heritage Sites, so deciding which side to visit was nearly impossible. And we decided just to check both sides out. Today, we start our adventure on the Brazilian side, right here. This is where we camped, which was just a short walk to the entry of the park. Once we purchased our tickets, we were sent to stand in line to await a ride on the bus. We made it onto the bus. The bus took us the 10 kilometers or so through the jungle to where the falls were. As you get off the bus, you can already hear the thundering water, the build-up to that first glimpse. Okay, I gotta say it's pretty impressive. It's a lot prettier than I thought it would be. This side, you get a good view. On the other side, which right now is the Argentinian side, you can do like a walkway that's above some of the falls, which looks really cool.
Yeah, I think the walking along right where the water's cascading off would be a cool feeling. You can't see the whole waterfall from the Argentinian side, so this side in a lot of ways seems like the better side to get a photo of the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it would be fun to be much closer to it and essentially be walking along the top of the falls on a little walkway.
It's crazy pretty though. So awesome. Iguazu Falls is made up of 275 individual falls, so there is a lot to take in as you walk around. You can also pay to take a boat tour, which looked pretty fun. Can't help but think what it would have been like to just come upon this, to discover this. Crazy. It's epic. They just keep going. Every time I walk around a corner, there's another new falls that you can see. It's crazy how many waterfalls there are. There is amazing nature all around, and even in the midst of all the people, we saw some lizards and a lot of these guys. They're called coatis. They're related to raccoons, and they are not shy. They smell and apparently are pretty disease-ridden. They are always on the hunt for food, and I thought it was neat to see them at first, but turns out they are little jerks and pretty bothersome. And they are pretty bold, mostly because people feed them. So if you come with food, be careful where you eat it. As with all touristy places, there are lots of people, but I still felt like it was worth it. The people didn't totally ruin it for me. Also, pro tip, if you come here, make sure you bring a dry bag for anything you don't want soaked. Switching to the GoPro because we're going to walk out across the water, and it looks like we might get a little wet, so.
Looks like we're just gonna hang out.
A lot of people.
And a bar if you want to hang out. It's, thinking thoughts to say, but it's mind-blowing, and yet all the waterfalls we've been to that are just that one right there, it's ours alone and we're swimming in it. So much more happiness and joy and like endorphin rush from just one little bit. But I think you have to come and see it because the scale, I mean, here we are down there to the left is another entire waterfall bigger than any one I've ever seen. When you add them all up, it's just insane.
Yeah, the
But
amount.
you can't actually see it all at once except from a helicopter or a photo. So it's amazing.
It does feel really good to have the spray from the waterfalls though, because it's pretty hot right now. So the wetness is welcome.
Majestic.
Okay, so obviously this is the place to be, hence all the people. I mean, it is pretty cool, a walkway out over the waterfall. Just wait until we visit the Argentinian side. But this is the biggest part of the falls, called the Devil's Throat, and about half the flow of the river comes thundering down through here. It is loud and wet, and a pretty good reminder of just how powerful nature is. There's like a little museum in here that has pictures, like historical pictures of the falls. So checking it out, it's pretty cool. So, quick history. The first European to see the falls was a Spanish explorer named Alvar Núñez Cabeza de Vaca. Quite a name. He was just trying to get from the coast to Asuncion in Paraguay when he came across the falls. It was 1541, and he said that the water hit the ground with such force that it could be heard from far away, and the mist was so tall that it could easily cover 2 ships. It was pretty neat to see all these pictures of people checking out the falls before the park was here, hiking down to the water. I wish I could have visited back then. Now we're back at the hostel. Time to swim. After a nice swim, the rain came in. We timed our visit to the falls perfectly. So we crawled into Goose to make some dinner and take it easy after a day full of crowds and waterfalls. This is how I cook when it's raining. We have our cozy little kitchen. Thanks for watching. Join us next time as we cross into Argentina for the first time and check out the other side of Iguazú Falls. I think it might be my favorite side. See you next time.
We're gonna go see Iguazú Falls. Pretty much, we're on the walking path. This is a trail. A lot of people don't do this trail because it's so difficult. There's been talk that it's extreme.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. It's all about the levels here. At the largest waterfall in the world. I put insert Jeremy Clarkson.
In the world. Insert Jeremy Clarkson.
In the world.